Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel Own Your Glow. I'm coming at you today with another glow flow. So it's going to be quite strong, focusing on building strength, building flexibility and mobility. We're going to connect with that tapas element, that fire energy, to help us burn away any impurities that we might have picked up during the week, any impurities in our energetic field, in our body, and also in our mind. So hopefully after this flow, you are feeling stronger, purified, energetically, and yeah, ready to enjoy the rest of the day or to have a good rest of the night. We'll just need your block for this class. We'll start in a reclined butterfly, coming down on our backs, soles of the feet touching, knees dropping to the sides, placing your left hand on the heart space and right hand on the belly, starting by connecting with your life force, connecting to your heartbeat, connecting to your breath. And take a moment to drop into your body, tuning out anything that is outside of you and tuning inwards. Yoga is not so much a workout, more of a work in. The idea is that you use the different postures, the asanas, to understand yourself a little bit better and to transform yourself. And so it's not about trying to prove that we can hold the pose. It's not about trying to prove anything really to others or even ourselves. It's about experiencing ourselves and hopefully just connecting to those deeper parts of ourselves, connecting to ourselves beyond that surface level. Starting to connect with your breath, deep breath in. Letting the breath go. Maybe in through the nose and out the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Can you feel as gravity pulls the knees towards the earth? Feel the hips as they open up. Start to press your entire spine into the earth by tucking the tailbone here. And every part of the body that's pressing into the mat, just let that melt into the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Last couple rounds of breath. Whenever you're ready, just welcoming some awareness back into the body. You can start with the fingers here, the toes. And using your hands to pull the knees together like a book. Stepping the feet mat width apart. Extend your arms out to the sides, finding that capital T with the arms. And just windscreen wiper the knees. Take a deep breath in. Let the breath go. And slowly finding stillness, pull the knees in towards the chest, wrap the arms around the legs. Keeping the back of your neck long here, tucking chin in towards the chest. Maybe opposite hands grab the wrists or the elbows. And then we're going to start to press the thighs into the belly and press the belly back into the thighs and start to sway side to side. Notice where you are experiencing the sensation the most. Just massaging the spine. Breath in. Breath out. Slowly releasing that left leg. Keep hugging that right knee into the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll guide that right knee gently to the left side of the mat, shuffling your left hip under your right hip as you reach that right arm out to the right side of the mat. Now, if you want to deepen the twist, try and keep both of your shoulder blades on the mat and pull that right knee in towards your chest here. Maybe extending your eye gaze to the right arm. You would like to add a little bit more, bending your left knee and catching your left toes with your right hand. Cat pulling its tail, threading through the left quad. Just being here for the moment. Take a breath in, breath out. Slowly releasing that left foot and releasing the twist. Taking it over to the opposite side, right leg long, left knee hugs into the chest and twisting to the right side of the mat, shuffling that right hip underneath the left, extending your left arm out. Keeping both of your shoulder blades on the mat. Maybe extending your gaze towards that left arm if that feels nice in the neck, otherwise keeping your gaze up at the ceiling. Option to bend your right knee and catch your foot with your left hand for cat pulling its tail. Try your best to keep both of your shoulder blades on the mat here for a deeper twist. Maybe try and pull that left knee towards the chest a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, slowly releasing that right foot and coming out of the twist. Coming back through center, and from here we're going to find a reclined crow pose. Bending your knees, starting by bringing those knees into tabletop first. And then we're going to extend the arms towards the ceiling. Think about pressing your palms to the ceiling or to the sky, depending on where you're having this practice, with the fingers facing towards the back of the mat. Now we're going to welcome a gentle bend in your elbows here. So imagine that you're trying to get into crow pose and start to tuck the tailbone so your entire spine is pressing into the earth. Maybe your sacrum is going to lift a little bit as you pull the knees towards the tricep and try and get the knees even further towards the armpit. Now begin to press the knees into the triceps and let the triceps press back. You should instantly engage the core. Try to keep your head down on the mat, knees hugging in, chest to the chin, and just breathe, relax the face. Starting to build that heat in the core. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round here. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Pull the knees into the chest. Massage the spine. And then when you're ready, grabbing onto the back of your legs, we're going to rock up into our Navasana boat pose. Shins are parallel to the mat, either extending your arms out beside the body here or maybe planting the palms beside your hips for a little bit of support. You can even bring the feet down to the earth, just as long as you're leaning back and engaging your core. Otherwise, that traditional Navasana, shins parallel to the earth, arms extending out beside the body here. Think about lifting the chest and pulling your shoulders back so your spine is long. Pause here, breathe, and you're sucking your belly in as if you're trying to fit into a tight of pair jeans. If you want to add on, start to straighten the legs and we hold here. And just sitting with the sensation, when the moment it starts to feel a bit challenging and hard, like noticing your response to that challenge. As soon as it starts to feel chaotic, like, oh, I can't hold this anymore, notice how you respond to that. Remember, you're not forced to hold the postures. If you force yourself to hold the poses, you're leading more from a place of ego. Now, when you listen to your body's wisdom, what is it telling you? Can I give this pose a little bit more, or should I pull back a little bit? It's not about proving that you can hold the pose. The final breath. And as you exhale, cross the ankles together, pull the heels in towards the sit bones, planting the palms in front of you, and then stepping or jumping into your tabletop. Let's just find a couple rounds here of cow and cat. Inhale for your cow. Exhale for cat. So this should feel like a nice release after that Navasana. Inhale. Exhale. A few more rounds here at your own time, in your own pace. Maybe you might like to welcome some intuitive movements to the body. And then whenever you're ready, finding stillness, we're going to turn the fingers to face the thighs just to warm up the wrists and forearms. Tuck the toes and start to rock back and forth here. Feeling into the wrists, forearms. Then beginning to invite some circles to one side. And then circles to the opposite side. Slowly coming back to stillness, turning your fingers to face the top of the mat. Now forearm here, tucking that pelvis and pressing the earth away, step the feet back into a high plank and start to pedal out the feet. Maybe you can tap one knee at a time on your mat. Let's just go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just finding that stillness in your high plank, pressing the earth away, gazing toward the top of the mat. And just breathe, start to welcome lightness into the body. And you relax the face. Notice where you're holding on to tension unnecessarily. And then on your next exhale, drop the knees. Untuck your toes, wrap your triceps into the body as you pull the chest forward. Inhale. Then exhale, slowly lower the chest and chin down to the mat, hugging the elbows into the sides of your body. Inhale, slither through onto the belly, baby cobra. Lifting the chest forward and up, pulling the shoulders back. And as you exhale, lower chest and chin, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Nice. Pedaling out the feet, dropping the heels from side to side. Finding the freedom here in your body, the freedom in the space, welcoming any movements that the body might be craving. And then when you are ready, meeting in that downward facing dog, making sure the fingers are wide and that you're gripping the earth with the fingertip. Gentle bend in your elbows, press chest to thighs, letting the heels hang heavy. Just let the neck and the crown of the head hang heavy as well. Inhale and exhale. And so you want to keep connecting to your breath. It doesn't have to be at the pace that I'm breathing at. Just stay with your own pace, but make sure that you're breathing and you're connecting to the breath. When you're ready, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, tuck the tailbone, palms meet overhead. Exhale, forward fold, chest to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or jump back, high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, chaturanga, dandasana. If you want, you can jump straight into your chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Lift the heels. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or float in between your hands. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale to forward. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step, jump back, take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. We'll flow that one more time. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float in between your hands. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale to forward. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step, jump back, take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now we're going to come into a little bit of balancing. Yeah, so maybe it might get a bit messy, a bit chaotic. Let's see how we go. Dropping that left forearm down on the mat. Now you want the left forearm to be on a diagonal with your fingers facing towards the top corner, the top right corner of your mat, right? So your left fingers facing towards the top right corner of your mat, and you're pressing the right palm into the earth. Nice. Now we're going to just step that right foot in a little bit, pressing the earth away with that left forearm, so like you would in a dolphin, and then start to lift that left leg high. Now you can stay here, or you can bend your left knee. You can stay here, or if you want to go all the way, we're going to try and catch that left foot with our right hand. Nice. And embrace the wobbles. Doesn't matter how many times you fall. Whoop. Falling does not make you a failure. It doesn't really mean you failed at all. It just, if anything, it just means that you're trying, you're showing up. Nice. Take another breath in. And breath out, slowly coming back into a downward facing dog. We're going to try that on the opposite side. I'm already exhausted from that. Drop your right forearm down with the fingers facing towards the top left corner of the mat. So you want that right forearm to be at a diagonal. Nice. Now again, maybe step that left foot in a little bit. Reach that right leg high. You can stay here. You can bend your right knee. You can stay here. Option to have a bit of a play. Try and catch your right toes with your left hand as much as you can here. Pressing the earth away with that right forearm. Nice. This side seems to be a little bit better for me. How are you guys going? Let me know in the comments. Take another breath in. And exhale slowly. Release. Let's come into a much deserved child's pose. Pressing the thighs together, resting the belly on top of the thighs. And forehead on the mat. Effort in the arms right now. Deep breath in. Meeting me back in your downward facing dog. Going to flow just a few rounds of sun salutation C, moving one breath per movement. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through to the right thumb, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, frame the front foot, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat, drop your back knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through to the left thumb, drop that right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, frame the front foot, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot to the back of the mat, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms reach up, sink into your hips. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back. Chaturanga. Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slow that again. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, step back, high plank, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot through, drop your back knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, frame the front foot, forward fold. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Oh no, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. You guys know what I mean. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back. Take your flow. Maybe we might just go for that one more round. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Left leg lifts, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot through. Drop your back knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that right foot to the back of the mat. Drop your back knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back, and take your flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot back of the mat, drop your back knee. Inhale, arm sweep up. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back. Chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to come into that bound down dog again, but this time we're not going to be on the forearms. Now, inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, bend your right knee. Now you can stay here, or maybe we're going to try and catch your left or your right toes with your left hand. Just been getting confused with my lefts and my rights today. Now, I like to step my palms a bit further back here to stabilize myself. And then gazing forward. When you start to look behind you, that's when you fall out. Breathing, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Beautiful. Chaturanga Dandasana, maybe three-legged flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee here. Once again, maybe walking your palms back to stabilize yourself, gazing forward and not underneath you. We're going to try and catch our left foot with our right hand. Nice. Now you want to open up through the left hip here. Press the foot into the hand. Deep breath in. Let the breath go. Nice. Slowly release your left foot. Rolling forward, high plank, maybe three-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Dropping down onto the knees. And just a quick child's pose. Sinking the sit bones back to the heels. Forearms down on the mat. Deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Whenever you're ready, peeling up into a tabletop. Nice. Inhale, right leg reaches back. On your exhale, we're going to bend that right knee and open the hip out. Try and pull the knee towards that right shoulder. So we're hugging in through the right side of the body. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Final round. Inhale. And exhale. Press the earth away. Keep pressing your knee to the shoulder, to the tricep, wherever it is. And we're going to gently step that right foot to the outside of our right hand. And then start to heel toe the right foot to come in the middle or in between the hands. We're coming into a modified warrior 2. Sweep that left leg off to the right side of the mat. Making sure that you're feeling nice and stable. And then we're slowly going to find our warrior 2 arms. Inhale. And exhale, we want to sink into the hips. So sink into that right hip. Lifting out of your hip and then sink a little bit more. Nice. Let's just go for a couple more of these to get into that right hip flexor. And then when you're ready, meeting me back in that warrior 2, coming into a modified extended side angle, placing your right palm on the inside of that right foot and then reaching that left arm up and over so the bicep is beside the ear, and start to look up to that left pinky. So you want to gently turn the left pinky to face the earth. Pull the belly up and in, and now we're just going to try and get deeper here in the twist. Try and lift the right part of the chest to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Nice work. Now from here, coming back into your warrior 2, we're going to straighten the front leg, maybe heel or shuffling that right heel forward. Place your left palm behind you here, and then we're slowly going to lift that right leg, coming into a modified side plank, reaching that right arm overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull elbow and knee towards one another. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go for 3 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Extend back out. And on your exhale, set your right toes down. We're going to come back into that warrior 2. You need to readjust that right foot. And then cartwheel the arms, placing the palms on the inside of your right foot. Now bring that left leg back to your tabletop. Now make sure you're all set up with that left leg. And then heel toe your right foot more to the right side. Back into that lizard lunge. Now, we're going to move back in reverse. Keep pressing your right knee to the shoulder. Really engage the core and press the earth away. So think about here, protracting the shoulders. So you want to separate the shoulders. And then start to lift and hover your right foot from the earth. So try not to point that right foot back, we're just hovering. Hold. Nice, and we're going to start to bend that right knee and open up that right hip. Beautiful, and start to extend that right leg back. Coming back into tabletop. Woo, and resetting. Now I'm just going to turn around so you all are able to see what I'm doing on my left side. So same thing on the left side here. Inhale, left leg extends back. And then as you exhale, bend your left knee, open up the hip, tap that left shoulder. Inhale, extend that left leg back. Exhale, bend your knee, tap your left shoulder, final round. Inhale, and exhale, tap your left shoulder, hold it here, keep pressing the knee into the shoulder, and then we're slowly going to step the left foot to the outside of that left hand, heel toe your left foot to come in between hands here, sweep that right leg over to the left side of the mat, and then cartwheel the arms coming into your warrior two, and just start to sink into that left hip and lift out of it. So a few more of those, feeling into the hips, moving with your breath, meeting back in that warrior two, modified extended side angle, placing that left palm on the inside of your left foot and then reaching that right arm up and over. Maybe gazing towards that right pinky. Try and lift the left part of your chest towards the ceiling. And just breathe. Inhale. And exhale, returning back to your warrior two, straighten that front leg. And then just shift your left heel forward. Right palm comes behind that right leg. Straight away, lift your left leg off from the earth and reach that left arm forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, pull the elbow and knee towards one another. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. 2 more. Final round. Nice. We're going to extend back out, placing that left foot down onto the mat, and then coming back through your warrior two, cartwheel the arms, bringing the palms inside that left foot and bring your right leg back to tabletop position. So just make sure you set yourself up with that right leg first. Heel toe your left foot back to the edge of the mat, so back to that lizard lunge stand. So both of your palms are underneath the shoulders now. You're going to keep pressing the left knee into your shoulder, and then really engage the core. So think about protracting the shoulders, lift the chest away from the earth, and we're going to start to lift that left foot from the earth. Try not to point your foot back, we're just hovering the foot, and then start to bend that left knee, opening up through the hips, press and extend that left leg back, and then coming back into tabletop. Whew. It's really difficult to speak when you're holding such a strong pose, but I'm doing it. Keep the toes plugging in to the mat, pulling the belly in, tuck the pelvis. We're going to find a hovering tabletop. Pause here. Gaze is toward the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and a breath out. I'm just going to turn back to face the other way. Not that it makes a difference, but just felt a bit weird. Now lifting the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or float in between your hands, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Utkatasana, chair pose. Shifting the weight into the heels, tucking the tailbones, overarching the lower spine. Lift the chest up, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and just breathe. Really connecting to that tapas, that fire. Inhale. As the exhale, we're going to twist. Reach that right arm back, left arm forward. So try not to move your hips here. Deep breath in. And breath out. I'm going to turn this into a revolved half moon. The weight is in your right foot. Start to kick that left leg back, bringing your left hand down and right arm up. Now can you press that left heel to the back wall? Maybe you can place your left hand on a block if you want to modify. Again, try and see if you can stack your shoulder blades on top of one another here. And you're using your core to help lift that back leg. And as you take that next breath out, bend into your right knee. And then gently step your left toes at the back of the mat. Exalted crescent. Right hand comes to your left thigh, reaching that left arm up and over. And again, we're pulling the belly in just to help deepen the twist. Take another breath in. Exhale, warrior two, slicing the air open. Setting it up for yourself, finding that heel to inner arch. Alignment, front knee stacked above the ankle. Arms in line with one another, pressing down on the outer edge of your back foot. Keeping your chest in line with your pelvis. So in other words, you don't want to lean too far forward or too far back. Stay there in the center. Your torso always in line with your hips. And just come back to your breath. Nice work. Inhale, flip your front palm in, reach forward, and then reverse your warrior. Maybe lifting up your right heel. Take another breath in. And then exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow comes down onto that right thigh, reaching that left arm up and over. If you want to go a bit further here, you can place that right palm on the inside of your right foot. And gazing up to your left pinky here. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. We're going to find a half bind, either bringing your left hand to your lower spine or see if you can grab onto that right thigh. And then from here, start to reach that right arm forward. Maybe look up to your right hand. So try not to put much weight in that front leg. You're really using your core here. Nice. Keep that front knee bent. We're going to reverse warrior. Hold it here. Nice. Feeling into that left shoulder. Maybe try and look up to your right hand. Take another breath in. When you exhale, release the bind. Cartwheel the arms. Frame the front foot. Three-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale for a tricep push-up. So chaturanga push-up. Hold. Inhale, press up. Exhale, find your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. A couple of breaths here to reset. Inhale. And exhale. Noticing what that right leg feels like. And when you're ready, take it to the left side, lifting the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump, in between your hands, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. And exhale, find a twist, reaching that left arm back, right arm forward, but keep the hips in line with one another. Keeping the weight in your heels. Inhale. And exhale. This time weight is in your left foot as we kick that right leg back, revolved half moon. Now you can always use a block here. Place underneath that right hand. Pressing your right heel to the back. All core is strong. Want to use the core to lift that back leg high. Notice what the side of the body feels like. And that next exhale, bend into your left knee, slowly land your right toes at the back of the mat, exalted crescent. Left hand comes onto your right thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, sink nice and low in that front knee. Pull the belly in to allow you to deepen the twist. Take another breath in. As you exhale, warrior two. Finding that heel to inner arch alignment. Again, making sure that that front knee is stacked above the ankle. Arms in line with one another. So practice becoming aware of your body, like where your body is in space. Becoming aware of how the sensations are affecting you. Softening the shoulders, finding your drishti. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward. Reverse your warrior, keep your front knee bent. Then as you exhale, extended side angle. Either landing your left elbow on your thigh, reaching the right arm up and over, or placing the left palm on the inside of your foot. So you want a nice, straight, long line from the outer edge of your back foot all the way to your right fingertips. And then whenever you're ready, finding a half bind, either bringing your right hand to your lower spine or grabbing onto that left thigh if you can, and then start to reach that left arm forward. Keep your diagonal here, gazing towards that left palm. And on your next breath in, reverse warrior, keeping that left knee bent, maybe gazing to that left palm, working into your right shoulder. Take another breath in. In your exhale, release the bind, cartwheel the arms, frame your front foot, three-legged plank, inhale. Exhale, find a chaturanga push-up. Pause here in the low plank. Inhale, press yourself up. Exhale, low plank, pause. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work, everybody. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, yawn the hip open. And then flip your dog. Open up the front part of the body. Take a breath in. When you exhale, find your knee to nose, tiger curl. Pausing here. Think about finding that cat spine here. Hugging in the core. Try and pull the nose to the knee and the knee to the nose. And then making your way into a half pigeon. Woo. Squaring off the hips. Keeping that back leg nice and long. And bringing your chest down to the earth. If you want, you can always come into a twist, threading that left arm underneath your right shoulder, resting on that left side of your face, maybe bending your left knee and catching your toes or your foot with your right hand. It's a nice stretch. Make sure that my mic is not covered. Whenever you are ready, just slowly going to release the back foot. Right palm comes beside the face, and inhale, maybe extend that left arm high here. And as you exhale, bring that left palm down. Tuck your back toes and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach that left leg high. Exhale, yawn the hip open, and then flip your dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring that left palm to the earth. Knee to the nose, holding here. Pressing the earth away, try and tap your nose with your knee. And then finding your half pigeon. That was our last little bit of effort. Coming all the way down into your chest. You can stay here. Or you can find that bind. Threading your right arm underneath the left, coming down in your right shoulder and right side of the face. And then maybe bending your right foot, catching it with that left hand. Noticing what this side of the body feels like. Get another breath in. And a breath out. Slowly release that right foot, bringing that left palm beside the face. When you inhale, lift yourself out of your fold and reach that right arm high. And then exhale, bringing your right palm back down on the earth. Sit on that left hip, sweeping both legs forward. Removing the flashy bit so you're feeling nice and grounded. Pressing the heels forward, flexing the toes. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, folding over the legs. Slowly lifting back up, reaching your arms forward. And we're going to lower all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, bone by bone. All the way down into our Shavasana. Now, if there's any other movement that the body is craving, feel free to come into those. But I am done. I am ready for Shavasana. Spreading yourselves across the mat and taking up as much space as you can. Noticing if there's anywhere that you might be holding on to tension. Sometimes unconsciously we hold on to tension. Try and make the unconscious conscious and relax the body. I've noticed that sometimes we do tend to overthink Shavasana, but it's really just simple relaxation and just doing nothing, just taking that sigh of relief and letting go, surrendering, trusting the universe. You're more than welcome to stay here for as long as you would like. If you're ready to continue with the rest of your day or your night, beginning to bring some awareness back into the fingers and the toes, and the wrists, the ankles. Maybe turning your head side to side. And finally finding a big morning stretch, pointing the toes, reaching the arms overhead. Deep breath in. And breath out. Maybe turning onto your preferred side in fetal pose and just staying there for a moment. Whenever you're ready, slowly making your way up into a comfortable seat with the eyes closed if you can, or with a soft gaze. Connecting the palms at the heart center space, bowing chin to chest. And just taking a moment here to acknowledge yourself, to acknowledge your practice. I hope that you are all feeling much lighter in the mind, stronger in the body, and freer in the spirit. Together we'll seal this practice with the Hindi word Namaste.